And let's get right to breaking news. The Seattle Seahawks have officially been sold for $9.6 billion. That is a record-breaking deal. The estate of Paul Allen announced they've entered into a formal sale agreement with an ownership group led by the Khosla family. That includes Vinod Khosla, a well-known billionaire, entrepreneur, and venture capitalist. He's a co-founder of Sun Microsystems and the founder of Khosla Ventures. His family also owns a limited partner interest in the San Francisco 49ers and would be required to divest that interest. In a statement, the Khosla family says they are, quote, honored to be entrusted as the next stewards of the Seattle Seahawks. We look forward to building on the winning legacy Paul Allen created and to earning the trust of the Seahawks organization and fans everywhere. Now, this is not a done deal yet. The transaction first has to be approved by the NFL. King 5's very own Paul Sylvie is joining us to break this all down. Paul, let's get right into it. We knew that this sale was going to happen at some point, but now that we see this record-breaking number, $9.6 billion, does that surprise you at all?
No, it doesn't, because throughout the week we were kind of talking to people in and out of the know, and it felt like that number was going to be close to 10 billion for sure. I mean, the NFL is king, and if you consider the last franchise that sold was the Commanders back in 2023 for around 6 billion. I mean, this dwarfs that number. Really, the only question was how long it would take this Seahawks deal to get done. The Denver deal got done with the Broncos when they sold a few years back. It got done in 4 months. And the Commanders deal that got done in 23 sold in 8 months. And so these guys are right in the middle there at 6 months. And there was talk that there was a soft interest in purchasing this team, which is hard to believe. But, they throw so much stuff out there. When teams go up for sale, you just got to go through the minutia and see what's true and what's not. And clearly, no NFL franchise that goes up for sale, especially the defending Super Bowl champions, are going to have a soft interest. Everybody wants into this league because it is still the king in this country.
The Khosla family making this purchase, Paul, I know it initially raised some eyebrows since they have minority ownership in the rival 49ers. So how should fans feel about that?
I think fans should be ecstatic that this family is heading up a group to buy the Seahawks. The reason that Vinod and his son Neil and the family are so interested in footballs, they love this sport. They bought into the 49ers. That was just a dream of theirs to own a franchise or part of that franchise that they grew up watching. I mean, Vinod has talked about going to 49ers games for 30 years with his son since he was 5 years old. So they were huge football fans from the start. I think that's a huge thing for Seahawks fans to remember. You don't want an owner that comes in here and puts his hands all over the franchise and tries to pull all the strings. I think Vinod and Neil and the rest of the family in this ownership group are going to let the Seahawks continue to do what they do under John Schneider and Mike McDonald. Hands off, just be huge fans, do what you can to help the franchise move forward. But definitely the best thing about this family and this group is they love football. They are fans from the start before they are owners. So that's a really big thing, and they just get it. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty amazing, Paul. You've covered the Seahawks, of course, for a very long time. If this deal is approved, what are you hoping to see out of this new ownership group moving forward?
Well, kind of a little bit about what I just said, just hands off, just let these guys run it. I mean, no Super Bowl defending champion franchise has ever been sold the next year. So this is a first in the NFL. As the Vinod and Neil and the Khosla family understand, this franchise is in really good hands, and it is on cruise control. They've got great talent. They've got great administration, great coaching staff. Everything is in place for this team. The only thing that this new ownership group is going to have to be concerned about is the fact that the lease at Lumen Field is up in 2031. It's not big enough to host a Super Bowl. There's infrastructure in Seattle isn't big enough to host a Super Bowl. So if you ever want to host a Super Bowl in Seattle, you're going to have to renovate that stadium, get it over at least 70,000 seats, and get more boxes in there to generate revenue. So if I'm the new owner coming in here, the franchise is just fine. But you're going to have to look at that stadium and see how you can renovate it because it's due.
Good insight there. Thank you so much, Paul, for taking the time to join us on a Saturday. Next step, of course, is the approval process by the NFL.